Alright, so this video is about a sort of DC movie. It's actually going to be a comic book, The Accountant. And it's just so bizarre, man. It's just so bizarre. You know, if you look at Rotten Tomatoes right now, the critics have it at 50%. It was 48, I think 49%. It's going up a little bit. It was 52% and then it went back down. But at the end of the day, the critics thought the movie was 50%, okay? If you look at the audience score right there, 86%. The audience loves it. It's just so weird how the critics. I mean, let me show you something because you guys got to see this. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. I haven't seen The Accountant yet. I'm gonna go see it this weekend. This person, Allison Wilmore, she says The Accountant is begrudgingly a pretty good time, especially once its solemnity gives way to its kitschy ode to familial pain. I'm not quite sure what she means by that, but obviously she's being kind of negative. All right, and then Christopher Orr, he says this movie isn't some wicked subversion suggesting that the world is so corrupt that bad guys are really the good guys. Rather, it's a movie that can't figure out what might constitute good or a bad guy in the first place. And I'm like, good guy, bad guy? What are you talking about? Like, this movie's a character study. Anyway, whatever. I haven't even seen this movie yet, and I know that. Piles up plot lines like an overbuilt house of cards that comes crashing down at the first well-earned guffaw of ridicule. So this is the way that these critics go. Will Leach, we know he's just a hater. The Accountant should be a straight-ahead thriller, but the film keeps tripping over its own incompetent feet. Maybe it was made for adults, but it sure doesn't feel like it was made by them. Affleck plays a math whiz whose position on the autism spectrum allegedly makes him a perfect assassin. This is the guy from Rolling Stone, right? That notion is offensive on so many levels, especially in the service of such low-grade crime fiction that's painful to watch. I don't know who these guys are. Look, I don't know what they do as for a living, they just don't like DC films. I just don't get it. The Accountant, by the way, is going to be a DC comic book. The first issue rolled out recently, I believe it was early this year or last year. But those are the responses from people who are supposed to be really well-seasoned critics who absolutely missed the point of the film, obviously. And I haven't seen the film yet, but I know just by listening to the reviews on YouTube. Now, when I looked at the YouTube reviews, guys like FlickPick, he gave it an A-. Jeremy Jahns. Okay, we know Jeremy Jahns basically likes movies. He gave it an A. Alright? Chris Stuckman. He liked the movie. And he doesn't tend to, he's a very hard critic. He tends not to like those kinds of movies. And all of these people here, every last one of them, including guys from Smolzno, they actually liked the movie. They had their critiques on what was negative about it, but at the end of the day, they liked the movie. Okay? That's crazy. I haven't seen anybody say they disliked the movie. It was atrocious or whatever. My point anyway is this. Even Jody's corner. Jody, he liked the film. This other guy with Jody, who usually is a DC hater, he liked the film. I'm like, what is going on here? What is going on? Okay? I don't know. I honestly don't know if Phil Junkie liked the film. My point anyway is that I don't know what's going on. I go through YouTube. I see people saying I don't know what's wrong with the critics. I even saw people who usually are narcissistic and don't give good scores for this film giving it 7s, 8s, high 8s, mid 8s. I'm shocked. Okay, out of 10. I'm shocked. There's a certain group of people, I don't know if I can find them, but they shocked me when they said that they actually enjoyed the film. That was a little shocker, okay? So, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about these things. Cinema buffs liked it. Deadline Hollywood had positive praise for it. You know, all of these people here. All of these people. Which is just highly surprising. It's highly surprising. So, I don't know what to say. And even people saying that they want a sequel to it. Jor-Els Alexander. I'm shocked. You know, I'm shocked that this guy actually praised the film. So, that's what I got to say about The Accountant. So, the weekend box office projections for The Accountant, they project that it's going to make $13.5 million. more than it's already made. And you may ask yourself, what has the accountant made so far? Well, it has made exactly 33.9 million domestic so far. So an extra 15 million on top of that should really, 13 million. It should carry it to make its budget, at least close to its budget. Oh yeah, it'll pass its budget. And then from there, it has to make at least double that, 88 million thereabouts. I mean, advertising was probably not that much, so because they didn't advertise the account much. So maybe you're looking at 66 million years across to make it to take care of all business. We'll still push it at 88 million. I think it's going to go past 88 million. That'd be pretty productive for itself. Overseas, apparently, this film wasn't marketed overseas, or it's not playing overseas. It's one of two things, because this is a very small budget for the overseas. This is Warner Brothers, and it is a DC. It's going to be a DC comic book, so they are right to say it feels like a comic book somewhat, because it should. It's the launch of a comic book. So, yeah. So I just thought I would share that with you guys, because I'm kind of shocked that. And then here's the feedback on Facebook. Let me show you what the calendar looks like on Facebook, for those of you who don't know. So Box Office Mojo, they have the accountant up in there. It made 2 million on Thursday, so it's doing really, really well. But my point anyway is that, say what you like, this is a totally, again, I think Warner Brothers is putting out all these original, really totally different takes on characters. You got a lot of nice character studies. David Ayer did an excellent job with character studies. Suicide Squad still going, I'm just looking forward to seeing how high it will go. I'm telling you, once a DCEU or a DC film gets positive critical reviews, it's going to blow past the ceiling, man. They're just going to just take off, and there will be no turning back after that. Because the quality of these movies and the substance of these movies is just so much better than the competition that they have to face. So I'm really looking forward to that. On that note, you guys have a great one.